everybody's in the right class, right? Okay. 所以到现在你应该知道这堂课是用英文上的哦。Okay. If you don't like English classes, it's a good time, okay, for you to switch to a different session. Okay. 就是那个对面也是线性代数，然后他们的就是那个苏老师是用中文上课，对，那我们这个 session 是用英文上课，所以如果你们比较喜欢用中文上课的话，那你们可以换到我们对面那个 session 去，好不好？那另外还有就是说，因为我们这堂课是用英文上课哦，所以我们有录影，然后录影下来就是说会放到云端，让大家就是练习听音乐这样。对，那所以讲到这边，那个就最后从我们这一堂课曹总的机会，看大家要不要观察。对，那如果说不然的话，我们就正式开始，好不好？ Okay. So linear algebra. I'm the instructor, okay, for this course, okay. I think everyone got a copy of the syllabus, right? Okay. 你们每个人手上都有一份嘛，就是这个课程大纲。So the first session is obviously my information, okay. My name is Winter Sun, okay, you see my office is in P213, but I am never in my office. Okay, 我从来不在我办公室哦。That office has been converted into my students' cubicle. Okay, so because I happen to be the department chair at this moment, so my office is actually in the chair office. 对，在主任办公室。对 so this is something like I have to remind you. Okay, so even though formally my office is in P213, but if you want to find me, okay, in person, please come to the chair's office. Okay, at least for this year, I'm still there. Okay, 就今年是我主任当主任最后一年，这一年我还是会在我主任办公室。Okay, so you can see my email, my website, and it's the best way to reach me is by email. Okay, I usually respond to email pretty fast. Okay, I check email almost like hourly. Okay, hourly, if not every minute. Okay, so so I mean, if you want to ask me question or have any, if you want to contact me, email is the best way actually. Okay, and my website, okay, currently has some issue because our website was just hacked, okay, and by ransomware, and they asked us for Bitcoins, okay, so because we are too poor to pay the money, so we have to back up and restore everything. I think it's still in process, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So it's, last night I checked my website, it's still not up. Okay, so but it should be up like in the next week or two. Okay, so just want you to know. Okay, if you cannot access my website, it is because our web server was being hacked. Okay, sorry about that. Okay, and actually the most important information here into the E-class. Okay, so you can log into the E-class to find this course if you have officially registered this course. Okay, then you should be able to find like all the necessary information about this course from the course website. Okay, and obviously you know like where we have the lecture, otherwise you wouldn't be here, right? So as for the office hour, okay, my office hour is Wednesday from 6 to 7 p.m. and Thursday from 5 to 7 p.m. Okay, so it should be very easy to reach me. Okay, I mean, if these two slots are not good for you, I mean, please email me for appointment. Of course, like as I said, I'm the department chair, so I'm in the department, most of the time. So if you have questions and you will be able, if you see me in my office, if you want to just come in to ask questions, usually it's not an issue. Okay. Of course, if I'm into something, in the middle of something, I will tell you, okay, please come back, like in few minutes. Okay. But if I'm available, I will always accommodate your request. Okay. But for formality, I still have to list the office hour conversations. Okay. During the office hour, I'm in the chair. Okay. So the next session is for the TA. Okay, as you can see, I listed 5 names there. Okay, pretty much I list all my first year master students as the TA for this course. Okay, and we have a dedicated email address for our TA. Okay, and their office is in B322. Okay, which happens to be my office, my lab as well. Okay, so you can also reach them by like an office phone number, but yeah, I think most of them like are not in the office in the morning. We are in computer science. Most of us are night owl, including me. So so this is morning class. I'm sorry about that. I don't like morning class either, but well, that's life. You have to do something that you don't like from time to time. Okay. So TA's office hour is Friday from 1 p.m. to 4 p.m. Okay, so of course, like if this time slot is not good for you, again you can email the TA for appointment because we have 5 TA. So hopefully, like if you go to the TA's office, you can find at least one of them in the office. Okay. 所以我这样的英文 OK 吧？没有太快，没有太慢。Okay. Of course, if you have question, okay, if you don't understand me, okay, feel free to raise your hand. Okay, I can always repeat or like rephrase what I'm saying. I'm talking about. Okay, that's never an issue. Okay. One of the agendas for like these EMI courses is like for you guys to get to know, familiar with like English more, like through like computer science courses, So I understand like maybe like previously you don't have that much experience in learning from like English courses, but hopefully this is a good start. Okay, and I will I'm not going to speak like a very quick. So hopefully like it also will also help. Okay. Okay. So as for the description of this course, okay. So this is like obviously like linear algebra. Okay. So in this course, okay, we have several items to cover, such as like, for example, like solving like systems of linear equations, and to talk about like matrix manipulation, determinant, as well as like eigenvalue, eigenvector, those type of stuff. Okay, so these things are actually the foundation of deep learning. So some schools, okay, because they want to promote mathematics courses, so they even change the linear algebra course as like a mathematical foundation of deep learning, just to lure more students into the course. But basically, like it's linear. Okay, so we are trying to learn the matrix manipulation primarily in this course, and in the future, okay, if you want to learn some AI, some deep learning, you will find like linear algebra is like your best friend. Okay, a lot of like mathematical foundation in deep learning, is built on top of the linear matrix manipulation. Okay. So hopefully, like by the end of this course, okay, we will, be able to, cover most of the topics. But one thing I want to tell you is that this semester is the first semester, okay, our school really switched to 16 weeks per semester system, okay. I don't know, like, if you know about like other universities, for example, like NTU, NYCU, NTHU, okay, even NTUST, okay, okay, they have switched to 16 weeks per semester for at least a couple of years, okay. So our school, like in the past, we always say, oh, we have 16 weeks and 2 weeks, like two additional weeks for like a flexible schedule. Okay. Now we still say that, but we are more, moving toward like 16 weeks. Okay. So as the result, okay, because like in the past. At the beginning, okay, before the 16 weeks stuff, okay, I used to do like 18 weeks per semester, and then because they are pushing 16 weeks, and 2 weeks, like flexible weeks, and so I switched to 17 weeks per semester. But now, because the school is officially moving to 16 weeks, so the semester is cut even shorter. On the plus side, I mean, because we also start this semester early, right? 我们这个学期其实开学的比较早，9月1号就开学。In the past, we usually like the semester, the fall semester usually start around like the middle of September, like 9月10号、11号、12号，sometime around that. But this year, okay, this time we start on September 1st. This is at least the first time, okay, we start this fall semester this early. And the second, because of the short, like only 16 weeks per semester, so we are going to have like I think like winter break before Christmas. You know, that's really special because like we usually have like courses into January, okay, in the past. So this is like the first time, okay, you guys can really enjoy your Christmas, you know. So that's good thing for you, okay, good thing for me too, okay. But you know, on the other hand, okay, we don't have that much time to cover everything. So I will try to speed up a little bit, but of course not a lot. And one good thing about linear algebra is that, okay, because you guys have learned some basic system linear equations in your high school, okay? So at least the first two chapters, we should be able to do it a little bit faster. Okay, hopefully by doing that, we are able to maintain, you know, the amount of like material that we want to cover in this course. But if you know, I'll do my best. But if you feel like we are going too fast, let me know. I can always adjust. Okay? 就是不用，只要你有任何问题，或者觉得太快，你就举手让我知道。我 come to my office hour and let me know. We can adjust. It's never a problem. Okay? And the textbook we are using is Lyon and Lyon for Hills. Lyon and Hills, like the linear algebra and with application. This is the 10th edition, okay? So you should be able to find this book easily, okay? Online, somewhere, but I cannot tell you where, okay, because of the copyright issue, okay? It's you should see like a seashell, like you know, like a picture as like the cover of this textbook. Okay, it's very it's a very commonly used textbook for computer science people. Trust me, this is one of the easiest books in linear algebra. Okay, because at the time when I learned linear algebra, it was like almost 30 years ago. You know, yeah. Because my undergraduate was in mathematics, and we used Hoffman's linear algebra. Okay, it basically that book is not talking about matrix. It's talking about algebra. Okay, algebra. You may not know what's the difference between linear algebra and algebra, but trust me, that book is crazy. Okay, we are not using that book. That book is more for like mathematics major. Okay. So, okay, the next is the most important part, okay, of this course, the grading, or like you know, how you can get like good grade, okay. So we have quizzes, okay, for this course, okay. We will have like 5 to 6 quizzes, you know, for this course, okay. So, in other words, we have roughly 1 quiz every other week. Okay, we have roughly 1 quiz every other week. Okay. I will give you some practice questions for the quizzes. Okay, like a week before the quiz. So in other words, because as I said, we have quizzes like every other week. So the first quiz actually will be given next week. Okay, at hopefully like you know, before around like 11:30, something like that. Okay, like 30 minutes quiz. question may not come from the practice question. Okay? So if you study the practice question carefully, you should be able to, do well, okay, for those quizzes. Okay? And, obviously the practice questions will be a helping hand for you. Okay? That's the first thing. The second thing for to help you is that, okay, if you look at the syllabus, okay, we will only count the 4 highest scores. Okay, in other words, if we have 5 quizzes, at least one score can be dropped. Okay, so if you perform poorly in one of them, you will not hurt your grade. I think that's fair, right? That's fair. I'm not saying like everybody can perform well every time. So I allowed you guys to, have a second chance. Okay. So that's for the quiz. Okay. And the 4 highest quizzes, okay, accounts for 40%. In other words, like each counted quizzes, okay, account for 10%. Okay? And then we have a midterm and the final, okay, each of them accounts for 30%. So totally it will be 100%. Any question about this? 应该蛮容易理解的，对不对 ？Okay. So, so if you don't have any question about the grading policy, then the next 2 items are, something I always have to talk about, like for every courses. The first one is academic misconduct policy. Okay, obviously in this course, okay, all the grades come from the exams, right? Either quizzes or midterm, otherwise it's final, right? So, of course, because I will give like many practice questions. So I encourage you guys to form study groups. Okay, it is the best way to study. Okay, study groups. Okay, maybe you guys, most of you are in the dormitory, right? With your classmates, right? So it would be a good idea, like to study together with your roommates. Okay, if your roommates are nightmare to you, like at least you can find like good friends to study with. Okay, you guys are. Is it first year or second year? Second year, right? This is the second year. You guys are in our department for the second year, so you should have some close friends. So it would be a good idea to have like maybe like 3, 4, friends to study together. Okay, it will definitely help your learning dramatically. Trust me on that. Okay, but okay, studying together is different from cheating, right? Like in the exam, okay, please do not cheat. Okay, if you get caught, we will report to school. Okay, it's that easy, that simple. Okay. So the next thing is the disability. Okay, you can see that I myself is a disabled person, right? My left eye is not the vision. Okay, my left eye vision is not good. Okay, obviously, I cannot see from my left eye very well. Okay, so I certainly understand if some people have special needs. Okay, me myself included. Okay, so if you need any assistance, need any help, okay? For example, like, I got sick, okay, and I'm saying it's you are really really sick, okay? You have the doctor approval, okay, doctor approval for that, okay? Then, please, okay, let me know in advance, okay, before the exam, take place. If possible, if not possible, at least before the exam is over, you can send me an email, and then you can bring me like a doctor approval, certain like a paperwork, okay, later. Okay, that's never a problem. Or some student, okay, because of a certain issue, they need more time for exam. This is again not an issue, okay. When I was a professor in U.S., okay, I had a student, okay, who has such a mental issue. She cannot stand for any like time constraint. Okay, so other people, other students like take like 1.5 hour, like final exam, but she wants to 1.5 hour.